Hello, everyone. How are you all? So, again, with a new day, with a new topic, and with a new session, your SAM teacher Adnan Asghar is here with you. So, again, we are having the live session on English today, and it's lecture number, it's not 12, it's lecture number 13 today. Okay, so we are going to learn about the WH questions today. Hello, how are you? So, since we are enjoying the lockdowns nowadays, everybody is, limited to their homes. Everything is, just shutting down one by one. The shops are being closed day by day. So we are just limited to the homes. And I hope the students who are at their homes keeping the thing in their minds that they have not given their exams of the previous year, so they have to give that exam. And most probably the exams will be started from 16th of the June. 16th of the June, and the HSC, they will be started by the 6th or 5th of the July. So do not forget the dates and do not forget to study at your homes. So I'm just waiting for the participants to just appear. More and more traffic should join us so that we could start the today's topic. Yesterday we learned about the use of the WH there. Okay, the WH questions. Sorry, not WH questions. Yesterday we learned about the use of the Zoom Cloud Meeting app, and I don't think so that everybody was able to learn that. So that's why I decided to come back on the Facebook Live, and it's very feasible. And what about your interactions? A very simple thing that you have to keep in your mind. If you have any question, you can just send me the question in the comment box right now. I will answer you people. Or if you have any further question, you just keep a piece of page and a pen with you people, and meanwhile the sessions, you just write down those questions on that piece of the page, and then later on, after the completion of the session, you can ask me the questions, your related questions, on the groups, on the WhatsApp groups. Okay, I will answer you one by one, inshallah, there. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the participants to appear, unless those who have not subscribed my YouTube channel, please go on the YouTube and just subscribe my channel. Okay, this is my channel, is Spark Virtual Academy and Asghar. I have written down the name Asghar there for your understanding. Okay, please subscribe it and you will get so many wonderful videos right there. Okay, we are not wasting much time for the others to appear. We are just starting the questions today. So the things that we should keep in our mind while asking the questions to others, what are those? Sometimes when we are in a class or we are having some meetings, so many questions arise in our mind, but we feel hesitant because we do not have the vocab. We think that if we would start asking the question from the teacher, the class, the students would laugh. So it's not the case actually. Whenever you have any question, right or wrong, just put it in the class. Otherwise, it will remain unanswered for the entire of the life. If you have any question, just ask it. Okay, so today we are going to learn the ways, the factors, the pronouns which are used, the WH pronouns which are used to ask the questions, to put the questions. Okay, so we are going to learn those one by one. Okay, as you can see here, the WH questions. Okay, These are the words who, 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 which, what, whose, when, where, why, and how. Okay, these are the related words which are mostly used to ask the questions. Okay, now the question arises, how can we ask these questions? Okay, Afghan Zubair is asking, sir, what is the topic? So as I told you, this is the topic, the WH questions. Okay, the WH words. We are going to learn these WH words. Okay, so look here. Now these are the words, WH words, which are generally used to ask the questions. Okay, before going to these, generally we have two types of the questions. Okay, one are the questions which are answered by yes or no. Okay, we call them yes no questions. Okay, means the questions, if somebody asks you, you can just give the answer like yes or no. But we have some other questions which are not yes or no. It means if someone asks you a question and your answer is a bit descriptive, okay, if your answer is descriptive and you have to answer in one or two statements and one or two sentences, then those are the not yes and no questions. Okay, so again we are just moving back. When we learned the first lecture or the second lecture in which we learned the tenses, the 12 tenses, there we learned the interrogatives. Do you remember those? Interrogatives. Interrogatives, okay? So how we were making the interrogatives there, for example, I write down a sentence, he plays. So the interrogative of this sentence is, does he play? Okay, the question is put here with does he play, and its answer, we can just give the answer either yes or no. Okay, is he playing or not? We can just give the answer like yes or no. Okay, I'm just asking you another question. Do you speak English? Okay, this is the simple question that I have made. Do you speak English? What should be the answer? Yes or no. Okay, now I hope the thing is clear now. If the question is made with the auxiliary helping verbs, which are do, does, did, is, am, are, and etc. Okay, if the questions are starting with these helping verbs, with these auxiliary helping verbs, then they are the yes no questions. It means you can give your answer in yes or no simply. But if the questions are made by using these WH, now you have to give the descriptive statement. For example, if I ask you, what is your name? Okay, now your answer to this question would be, my name is XY. Okay, The reply of this question can never be yes or no. In the response to this question, you have to give some statement. You have to just be descriptive there. So that's why whenever you have the WH questions like this, who, which, what, whose, when, where, why, and how, you have to give these statements. We will do the examples, but before that, now let's learn that where to use these words. One more thing, we should be clear about these words. These words are the pronouns. Okay, we can call them the pronouns. Okay, so let's move towards the use of these. So now we are in the who. Okay, now who is always used to ask about the people. It is never used to ask about the thing. If I ask you, who are you? It means it's essential that you are a man. You are not a thing or any object. Okay, so who is always used to ask about the people. Okay, so I have just given you an example with who. We are making who is at the door. If the door is knocking, then you would ask who is at the door. Certainly some person has knocked at the door, so that's why we use who. You cannot use which. Okay, Zubair has put a question. Sir, do, does, and did is which type of auxiliary? Well, they are the helping verbs only. Okay, we cannot call them the to be's verbs. They are simply the auxiliary verbs. Okay, then the next question is, the next word is which. Okay, now which means it is always used to ask about the people, or it is also used to about the objects or the things, but always having the choice. Okay, now what do we mean by choice? For example, if I have 3 colors, 1, 2, 3. Now here I can ask which is your favorite color. Okay, because we had the choice there, so that's why we use which. Okay, now let's move towards the next thing. The next word is what. Now what is used to ask about the people, about the animals, and about the things. We can use this what for everything, like with people, with animals, with the things, and etc., etc. For example, what is your name? Okay, what is in your hands? It means if we have to inquire something, if we want to know something, then we can use this word what. It's pretty much easier. The next one is whose. Whose is also known as the relative pronoun, and this whose is used to ask about the ownership of something. Okay, ownership of something. Here it is. Okay, whose is always used to ask about the ownership of something. Now what is the meaning of the ownership? For example, whose pen is this? Okay, means it shows the belongings, it shows the ownership. Then we use this word whose. Then we have the question with when. Now when means whenever we have to ask about the time. Okay, and the time, the day comes, the minutes come, the hours come, the months come, the years come. So when means the time. For example, if I ask you, when were you born? Okay, it means I'm asking you about the time. We will talk about your answers later on. So when is always used to ask about the time. The next word is where. Now this where is always used to ask about the place. Okay, if the same question is placed, where were you born, it means you are asked about the place where you were born. When means your time and where means your place. The next question is why. Now this why is always used to ask about the reasons. Okay, means the purpose, the cause, the reason of something. It is always asked by using this why. For example, why are you crying? Okay, so someone is asking you the reason for your cry. So that's why we use why there. And the last word of H is how. Now this how is used to ask about the people, the events, and the way the things are done. Okay, now how it is asked about for the people. For example, if we want to know the condition of someone, we can say how are you, how do you do, how was your journey. Okay, we are just writing it down here. How was your journey? Okay, like that. So you can just put the questions like this. Okay, now let's talk about their answers. I hope everything is clear there. If not, you can put the questions in the comment box. Okay, so who is at the door? It's very simple. Okay, the answer should be I am at the door, or etc. Okay, which is your favorite color? The answer could be like my favorite color is third number or second number. Okay, what is your name is very simple. Whose pen is this? You can say this is mine. When were you born? Now these are the two questions that are very important. Okay, when were you born? You would say I was born in July 1989. Okay, like this you can put your date. And the question, where were you born? You would write down I was born in Sakkar. Okay, means the name of your city. While the remaining two questions are really easy, why and how. You can just put the answers like why are you crying? You can just give any reason. I'm crying because of the lockdown, like this. How was your journey? It was wonderful, it was great, and etc. 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 Okay, so now this was all from me in today's lecture. Yes, this was all from me in today's lecture. Now if you have any question related to the topic, you can ask me. You can put the questions in the comment box, or even you can ask those questions in the WhatsApp groups as well from me, and I will answer. I will try to answer everybody one by one. Yes, I hope you learned. Now what is your task? What you will do after the completion of this lecture? You have to make a series of the questions by using these WHs. It's not necessary whether you give the answer or not, okay, but you have to make some questions, okay. Just a moment. Okay, those who have not subscribed my YouTube channel, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Okay, is it fine? So I hope the questions were there. Only one question was put in front of me. The question was put from Zubair, and the question was does or which type of auxiliary helping verbs? Okay, look, Zubair, generally the auxiliary verbs, we have mainly two types of the auxiliary verbs, okay. The one are the primary, and the second ones are the modals, okay. So the modal verbs are really simple. We know, like can, could, may, might, and etc. Okay, so these are all the modal verbs. Except these modal verbs, the verbs that we wrote here, you can see there: do, does, did, is, am, are, okay. And apart from this is, am, are, you can also note down like these are all the helping verbs, the auxiliary helping verbs. So if nothing is written in front of these auxiliary verbs, it means they are coming in the type of the primary auxiliary verbs, okay. But again, I hope now it's clear to you. But again, then the thing comes to the speaking. We are not dealing with the names of these things. We do not memorize or learn the names of these things. We just put a simple thing in our mind. What is that? Just keep on speaking, okay. We will do the modal verbs later on. We will do in detail, inshallah. So I hope everybody understood, and those who have missed today's lecture, you can just watch my lecture on my YouTube channel. So till tomorrow, see you. Allah Hafiz.